The Supreme Court has affirmed Valentine Ozigbo as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the November 6th governorship election in Anambra State. The Apex Court threw out all the challenges to Ozigbo's candidacy and awarded damage of 5 million naira against Senator Ugochukwu. The panel of justices, led by Justice Inyang Ekwo, affirmed the decision of the Court of Appeal, Oka Division, which declared Ozigbo the governorship candidate of the PDP.
Well, Valentine Ozigbo, the People's Democratic Party candidate, he joins us now in the studio. Glad to have you join us on Newsnight. One can say you have arrived, you have breathed down, now time to get to work. What will be your first line of action after this victory, and what are you going to do differently when and if elected?
Thank you so much. For me, first reaction was actually to thank God, which I have done and will continue to do, because indeed all victory belongs to Him. And next is also to appreciate the judiciary. Often it is said as the last hope of common man, once more has been proven. And also to thank indeed my councils, especially the leading team, not just for me, but also for my party, for INEC. They all worked assiduously and obviously remain on the side of truth. And this is why it was easy to dispense with the what I can call disruptions we've faced over the period. For me, it is now time to deepen my play in the grassroots and see how we can continue to communicate the message of Anambra Chawapu to the Anambra. And your second question is, if you're elected, what I'm going to do differently. My emergence has been unique and refreshing, and so everything I'm going to do is going to be different. I'll do little things and ordinary things in an extraordinary manner, and extraordinary things in very ordinary manner. The idea here is challenge the status quo. Challenge every status quo. You can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. I honestly am totally uncomfortable with what I see. Not just about the governance. A lot of things we are doing as a people, we're not evolving enough. And so there are a number of things we want to do, taking care of the basics and taking a leapfrog so we can actually begin to think of how to catch up with the rest of the world. And Anambra is so well placed for this. We have the people, intellect, resources. All that's been missing is quality leadership, and that's what I'm coming to bring. And by so doing, I've spoken about my manifesto on this platform, and we want to do a lot of things. We want to leverage what I call a cluster approach to govern Anambra better. Let's focus on core areas where you will feel greater impact on humanity. Look at Onitsha, for instance, a commercial hub. What do we need to do there? Go and ask the people first. What do they want from the next governor? They complain about multiple taxation, the bad roads, the insecurity, the infrastructure deficiency. Fix those things. And the ones the state can do, and the ones we need to leverage the power of the private sector through PPP models. And then leveraging also on the multilaterals to see how we can mobilize the required funding for it. And then we'll move on to like Nnewi Axis, where we can actually make the Axis a true industrial hub. I've visited a number of factories there. What do they want to make to get Anambra more competitive? You find maybe power solutions, everybody's acting and working in silos, but when you converge as solutions, you enjoy economies of scale and cost of production comes down and becomes more competitive. A number of practical stuff like we're going to be doing. And then Oka Axis being a true commercial state capital, Omambla Axis through being a true processing hub, and then Oda Gods again being a true technology hub. We intend to make Anambra a technology hub. We intend to make Anambra a sporting hub and also entertainment hub for especially our youths and for our women.
Well, sounds very, very...
Very interesting. Very well laid.
You make it sound like it's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
But your victory at the Supreme Court is coming barely 3 weeks to the election, November 6th. Yes. There is insecurity, growing insecurity in the southeast, especially in Anambra, with the latest, killings in the last few weeks. Many of you, including yourself, have had to campaign outside of Anambra State. That is a challenge, isn't it? And then How do you plan to execute this 5 clusters development plan that you have with the present structure of the country? How do you plan to go about that?
So, first and foremost, insecurity is a big concern to everybody, me especially. What we intend to do is continue to, we always evolve. We do what we call scenario planning. If this happens, this is what you're going to do. So when we saw that getting everybody gathered together may endanger people, we decided to lower that tempo, but we never ceased campaigning. We simply changed tactics. We deployed more of door-to-door, where people actually move around and deepen the play, and it's actually working. Let me not evolve all my strategies to my counterpart. But on the other hand, we also leverage the power of media. We started engaging the media even further. And so this is why the momentum continued to rise, even when we couldn't do normal rally. But we are going back to the rally anyway. We've actually started. Tomorrow, I'm going to be in a number of about 6 cities in Anambra State. Next tomorrow, I'm visiting about 3 local governments. So things are going to continue. But we do so well guided, knowing that you don't want to put anybody's life in danger. But I also want to say this. We need to talk about how to curb and cure insecurity. And it starts with leadership. It starts with giving people a sense of hope and taking practical actions that will help bring jobs on the table. Now, if we want to talk about how to deal with the cluster strategy that I've spoken about, a number of items I've laid out is actually within the circle of influence of a state government. It doesn't require so much. Obviously, what happens at the sovereign has a way of impacting the speed with which you can lay those out.
And that's my point.
Yes, I know. It's a problem. I must tell you, see, it's a chicken and egg. Do we wait until Nigeria is fixed before we can deal with issues?
Exactly.
We have to start. And when you start, hopefully we will change incompetent government we are facing today in 2023. And so, but let's show what is possible. And by the grace of God, we have better government in 2023. And then speed up, the speed of light. And then eventually, by the time I'm doing my first term in office, we actualize the same dream of Anambra Chawapo, which is let Anambra be great again, let Anambra blossom. And so, let's do the much we can do, use the power of advocacy, and do the much we can do immediately, and ultimately wait to change the right government, and we can then accelerate. That's the intention.
You did talk
All right,
about restructuring.
was
Maybe you want to quickly, in less than 30 seconds, if you can.
Oh, yes.
As an imperative.
It is a must. In fact, as a matter of fact, I actually feel Nigeria should be restructured every year, not every 10 years. If it's not working, change it. It's not working, it's not functional. Nigeria can be better. We can be more efficient. We can cut a lot of waste. There are a lot of things that are not being well prioritized. But anyway, we don't have enough time to talk about it.
We don't. I was even going to ask you how you intend to mend fences. Hold on.
Yes. We'll have to
We don't have time.
Yes, thank you so much. Valentine Ozigbo, PDP Anambra governorship candidate for the November 6th election. Wish you the very best.
Thank you so much.